Cocky college student gets absolutely dismantled by Charlie Kirk. He steps up to the plate and I think very quickly regrets it. Probably rethinks his life, guys. It was rough for this fellow, okay? He came up, spewed out this whole little, intellectual argument, and it wasn't good. So we'll get right into it, folks. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but first, do me a big favor here. Like our video, share it around so we can keep bringing you guys this great, hard-hitting content. And as always, Patriots, I'm your host, Darian, and this is Resist the Mainstream.
I've been pretty interested listening to your talk because you begin by saying that it's facts, not feelings, that matter. Anyway, interesting. But listening to you talk, it seems that your rhetorical strategy is playing into people's emotions. I mean, you have a very angry style, and you
should see when I really get pissed off.
This is us calm.
And it doesn't seem as though you're presenting a long series of different arguments. It almost reminded me of a stand-up show, right, where you go from bit to bit, which was entertaining. But I guess my question is, are you talking about, you say facts, not feelings, but do you think that your rhetorical, whatever rhetorical power you have, that it's coming from the feelings that you're creating in your audience? Or do you think it's actually coming from the validity of your arguments?
I can't stand it when people drop this intellectual word salad, intellectual in quotes, and they just blather on and can't get to the point.
I think it's very important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past, but the future.
Here's a good rule of thumb. If you can't make your point concisely and quickly and in a clear manner, it's probably a bad point. You should have made it to start with. That guy could not sum it up briefly because there's nothing to sum up.
So what are you saying, that our facts are creating feelings? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, it's just this presentational style you have. It seems to be tapping more into feelings than facts. Right, so I wonder, how do you reconcile that with what you said at the beginning?
Well, we're talking about facts, so I don't really understand what you're saying. You're saying that the facts are making people emotional. Is that the argument?
Yeah, I mean, so
I
look.
don't really get what he's saying.
I mean, I hope some people laughed and some people thought about issues a little differently, but that's the key thing. If thinking is the gateway to feelings, then so be it. However, we used a lot of facts. She talked about black single motherhood. We talked about the deterioration of the inner cities. I just rattled off a bunch of facts about the southern border, whether it be crime or drugs or illegal immigrants coming in this country. Everything we have has a statistical backing and a logical reason behind it. So when we say facts over feelings and you're creating and sculpting public policy, we take a step back and we do critical thinking and reflection based on logical history, perspective, and good ideas, timeless ideas that can stand the test of time and natural rights and respect for the individual. Now, whether people find that funny or entertaining or whether you play into it a little bit, I'm glad you find it entertaining.
That's good.
Because
it's good.
we're packing
Facts are
audiences and
entertaining.
obviously
This is
it's
great.
working.
This is honestly such a dumb argument that it's insane it needs to even be addressed, all right? Every speaker who is decent and communicates an effective and powerful message, guess what? They're going to use some level of emotion to it. And even if they're not being emotional themselves, they're still going to speak in some kind of passionate manner that conveys some kind of emotion and often makes the person receiving that feel some kind of emotion to a degree. Otherwise, if they didn't need to do that, Charlie could just waltz on in with a board of facts and just say, hey guys, here's my talk. Read this board. Yeah, kind of lame, right? So again, stupid argument. It's insane this even needs to be said.
Yeah, and that's really the thing. It doesn't really matter if it causes excitement, but if we're saying is true and it's verified by facts, we're not up here talking about our feelings. I'm not selling a sob story here. I'm giving you evidence for why I believe what I believe, why we believe all of these things behind us. So I guess your question is really to the audience. You're asking them why they're getting excited, maybe because it's the first time that they're seeing their ideas reflected on campus.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, that was rough. That guy looks a little bit humbled. Hopefully he thinks about what he says before he speaks next time. Now, let's see another wise guy who tries to step up to the plate against Charlie, only to get Kirk stomped. It's rough.
Charlie, this is a question for you. I'm not sure if you corrected this tweet since you posted it, but so it reads, California Department of Motor Vehicles announced that as of March 31st, 1 million illegals have received driver's licenses while automatically registering them to vote, and we are supposed to believe that illegals aren't voting. That's actually not true. Undocumented people receive an AB 60 license, and they are not going to be eligible to vote. So this law only applies to recipients who receive the normal citizen driver's license. Doesn't apply. The spokeswoman for the DMV reached out to the spokeswoman for the DMV reached out to the different articles who posted that, and they ended up correcting it. So I just wanted to
So let me
make
ask
that
you a
known.
question. So what would prevent an illegal immigrant with a driver's license from registering?
Well, my question was about this tweet.
No, but just answer the question, because that's the tweet
and
was
I'm
very
telling you that in
specific.
this tweet, that is not true.
No,
That's the only thing that I'm saying. I'm just trying to clear that up.
What's to prevent an illegal immigrant with a driver's license from registering?
What's to prevent what?
Yeah, but it's too bad we don't purge the voter rolls with fake social security numbers that they steal from other hardworking Americans. Illegal immigrants steal social security numbers all the time.
This guy has no idea what he is talking about. It is extremely easy to register to vote in California, even as a legal immigrant, because case in point, they get driver's licenses, all right? I lived in the state of California. I was able to very easily register with my driver's license. Then, when I went to the polls to go vote, they just asked, who are you? What's your name? And I told them my name, and they said, okay, have at it. You can vote. Seriously? They didn't even check my ID. I mean, it actually disgusted me at the time. I'm like, anyone could have just come and voted for me right now, and they would have just gotten away with it. And we're supposed to believe that we have secure elections? Just incredible.
I appreciate the question, and it's a highly debated topic, but here's the essence of it. Illegal immigrants should not be getting driver's licenses in the state of California. And by the way, they're foreign nationals. They're not illegal immigrants, okay? They broke the law. I'm sick of equating the idea of immigration as breaking federal law, and then you get some sort of reward for that.
Can you imagine if we called a guy who deals dope an undocumented pharmacist? No, of course not. Yeah, we'll see undocumented immigrant, all this stuff. Illegal alien is the correct term. And no, it's not offensive unless you're just weak-minded.
I'm sick of equating illegal immigration with diversity. If immigration was about diversity, you're going to have to explain to me why over 50% of the immigrants that come to this country are from Mexico. That's not diversity. That's making America Mexico, okay? Only 2%, 2 to 3% come from Africa. You want to get more black people in this country? Black people, every single black person, if you cared about black livelihood, would be boycotting illegal immigration, which negatively impacts the black workforce. I have no idea what you're saying, but I'm going to assume she's triggered by my stance on illegal immigration. Build the wall. Build the wall.
You know, what's kind of funny about what Candace said just there is that it actually didn't age well, but not for the reasons the left wanted, okay? Because what happened was, as you all probably know, we had a bunch of illegal immigrants end up coming in from all sorts of different countries under the Biden administration. But it got so bad that the American people said, enough is enough. Popular vote, Donald Trump. Get out of here, Kamala Biden. We are done with you. And thank God they did. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you can see more great hard-hitting content from us. And we'll see you again soon. God bless.